The federal government is sharing their perspective on what happened. The Department of Homeland Security shared this video on X. They call Renee Good, quote, an anti-ICE agitator who was, quote, stalking and impeding a law enforcement operation over the course of the morning. Joining me right now are two men who've really been at the helm of the response, Chief Brian O'Hara and Mayor Jacob Frey. Thank you very much for being so accessible and really helping the community try and get through this. I want to start with you, Chief. You were saying ICE is out there right now. You're literally tracking 911 calls on your phone because ICE pickups are happening in the city of Minneapolis at this very moment.
They're happening in the city of Minneapolis right now. Different parts of the city, and it's Sunday morning. So at least in one case, very close to where people are going to church in the morning, where worship is in session.
All right. And you have said repeatedly, both of you, that you have no immediate notice of where they're going to be or what they're going to do. Has that changed at all since Renee Good's killing?
It has not. You would hope that, especially following some form of awful and horrific event like that they would take a step back, take a pause, and then even better, leave. We have not seen that.
All right. The DOJ released some video from the officer. This is video that was taken on his cell phone. You're looking at it right now, and I know the chief can see it too. I know you've seen this video. So the officer who turned out to be the shooter is taking this video moments before the shooting. Let me ask you about that. Just an officer taking a cell phone video at the same time that he has a gun in his hand. What does that tell you?
I mean, I think it's very unsafe to be holding a cell phone, concentrating on the cell phone while you're with one hand, your weapon is completely out of its holster, and quite frankly, able to be grabbed if it actually is a dangerous situation with multiple people on the scene. So, I mean, at best, what we are seeing here are very, very questionable tactics for sure.
Not to mention, the story that's coming out of this from the federal government is that this ICE agent was hit and run over by a car. If he was hit and run over by a car, how the hell is he still holding on to his cell phone afterwards? I mean, I've dropped my cell phone numerous times by barely getting brushed, yet he can get hit by a car and he's still hanging on to it.
All right, let me ask you about some of the language you use, because you've come under fire for dropping the F-bomb. People have accused you, including Kristi Noem this morning on CNN, saying that she believes that you, personally, Mayor Frey, are escalating the tensions with your language. What do you think about that?
I'm so sorry that I offended her delicate ears, but if you look at what's inflammatory, on the one hand, I dropped an F-bomb. They killed somebody. Weighing those two, which one is more inflammatory? I'm going with the killing somebody. And by the way, the chief and I, for over a month, without dropping F-bombs, have been warning about this exact kind of thing happening, whether it was a civilian, a police officer, or an ICE agent getting hurt or killed. I hate to say that I was right, and it happened.
All right. We do have some video of an ICE incident that I was actually personally at on December 15th. In Minneapolis, just off Lake Street, and you can see somebody on the ground. You can see somebody being dragged by a handcuff. And I think it's important to remember this is not happening in a vacuum. These tensions have been escalating and building. I want to ask you, Chief, because you and your folks, your men and women are really in a tough position because they are being sent to respond for crowd control. I was at this scene, and there needed to be law enforcement there other than ICE because the situation was completely out of control. Your officers are being taunted, though, along with the ICE officers. Do you train them for that?
Yes, I mean, de-escalation, critical decision-making, sound tactics have all very, very much been a part of the training and the policies of the Minneapolis Police Department, particularly over the last 5 years. And as you mentioned, I think it's been a very difficult job for our cops just to show up and be the city's police without all of this stuff happening. Our cops, unlike other cities around the country, do not get the same level of deference when we show up that other places do. And this has just added an added layer of challenges to simply trying to do their job. When these situations and chaos are created on the city streets, we have to show up and step in between the chaos and try to de-escalate things when oftentimes there are people, just like you said, that want to that want to try and taunt and bait our officers into a confrontation.
Okay, let me ask you another thing about training, Chief. The original video that came out really showed what appears to be the ICE officer stepping in front of the car, and also then shooting into a moving car. That apparently is not regular police training.
For many, many years in this country, look, it's not 1985 anymore. We're not supposed to be, acting like it's okay for cops to unnecessarily be placing themselves in the pathway of a car without trying to have an avenue of escape to get out of the way. We've known for many years that shooting into a car, aside from the danger it poses to the people inside, it can also wind up causing an uncontrolled automobile that can then kill other law enforcement or people from the community that are there.
All right. What about this second investigation that's going on? The FBI kicked Minnesota BCA out of what was supposed to be, or what was announced to be, a joint investigation. Now Minnesota's the BCA, along with the state and the Hennepin County Attorney, are conducting their own investigation. What kind of investigation can that be without access to, forensics and also to interviews? I mean, are you behind this secondary investigation?
Well, what should have happened from the very beginning is that the Bureau of Criminal Apprehension at the state had access to all of the information that the FBI is looking at. Of course, the FBI seems to be hiding from the evidence so that they want anybody that might disagree with them out of the scenario entirely. I support the BCA conducting an investigation themselves.
A separate investigation?
A separate investigation. Is that ideal? Of course not. Ideally, they would have access to all of the information and then they'd be able to work together. And at the same time, there are several videos from several angles with audio. Right. And people can also make their own judgment by, using their own two eyes.
Let me ask both of you, are you worried, Chief, that something is going to happen again where somebody is going to get hurt, whether it's an ICE officer, a Minneapolis police officer, a person on the street, somebody who's an activist, a legal observer? Are you worried something is going to happen again?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, the responsibility that police leadership has for the men and women of our department, as well as the larger community, whenever something significant, critical happens, is to take a look at the situation from an objective standpoint and say, okay, are we contributing to the problem? Are we employing practices or methods that are unjustifiably placing the men and women who work for us, as well as the community, unjustifiably at risk without actually having a public safety benefit?
All right. Are you worried that someone else is going to get hurt, maybe even killed, as this situation continues? We have no endpoint here.
Absolutely. That's what keeps me up at night. And I want to point out the juxtaposition, the difference between how our Minneapolis police officers are conducting themselves. Short on numbers, they are incredibly tired, and they're still doing an exceptional job, and how different that is from the way that these ICE agents and federal agencies are conducting themselves.
And we do have some Minneapolis police officers here who did explain all their vacations have been canceled, the days off have been canceled. I mean, working 24/7. Thank you, and you certainly have been working 24/7. Thank you, gentlemen, for coming in. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.